Ever thought about making an instructional video and just got completely overwhelmed? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. But here's the thing. What if the secret to making really great videos has nothing to do with fancy gear or Hollywood level skills? Today, we're going to break down the simple, achievable steps to do just that.
Okay, so think about this for a second. The last time you needed to learn something new, maybe fixing a leaky faucet or figuring out some new software, what was the very first thing you did? I'm willing to bet that, like most of us, you went straight to the internet and searched for a video.
And you know, that's not just a hunch. The data backs it up. A whopping 83% of people actually prefer watching a video for instructions over, reading a manual or listening to audio. It just makes sense, right? Our brains are just wired to soak up visual info way more easily. And that's exactly why over 70% of people on YouTube are there specifically to solve a problem, whether it's for work, school, or some project at home. I mean, think about it. It's basically the world's biggest problem-solving machine.
And hey, this isn't just about fixing things around the house. In a professional setting, 2/3 of employees say they do their tasks better when the instructions are visual. That is a huge boost in clarity and getting things done right.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's pretty clear. Video isn't just some nice-to-have option anymore. It's become the default way we learn, solve problems, and teach each other. So let's get on the same page. What exactly is an instructional video? Well, at its core, it's any video that teaches you something. It could be a super short screencast showing one little software feature or a really detailed guide on how to assemble a product. It's all about sharing knowledge visually. And, this whole category is incredibly diverse. It's so much more than just your classic how-to video. I mean, you've got everything from tiny little micro videos that focus on one single task, all the way to really in-depth training videos for, say, new employees. You could use a fun animated explainer to break down a really tough concept, or just a simple screencast for a quick software demo. The whole point is to pick the right format for what you're trying to achieve. Okay, let's get real for a minute. What's the stuff that holds so many of us back from just hitting record? We're going to talk about 3 super common mistakes, but let's call them what they really are. They're fears, and we're going to tackle them head on. All right, mistake number 1, trying to make a video for everybody. Oh man, this is such a trap. See, a video that tries to be for everyone ends up being helpful to, well, pretty much no one. To really make an impact, you have to get specific. But here's the good news. You don't have to guess who your audience is. I love this point from YouTube creator Nick Nimmin. He says your video audience is the exact same audience you already have for your product or your class. You already know what drives them crazy, what questions they have, even the words they use. So start right there. Okay, this next fear, this is the big one. It's that paralysis that comes from perfectionism. You know that feeling? The one that says if you can't make a perfect, flawless, studio quality video, you just shouldn't even bother. This right here is the #1 reason most videos never see the light of day. I absolutely love this quote from Sean Cannell. He just says, punch perfectionism in the face. Your first videos are going to be your worst videos. You just have to embrace that. The goal isn't to create a cinematic masterpiece. It's about being clear. Your only goal should be to get that first, messy, imperfect video done. And that, of course, leads us right into fear number 3, getting obsessed with gear. So many people get stuck here, thinking they need a super expensive camera, a whole professional lighting rig, and a podcasting mic just to get started. But, like video creator Andrew Kahn says, the most important question isn't what gear should I buy, it's what is my message. Think about it. A really helpful message that you shot on your phone is always going to be better than a weak message shot on a $10,000 camera. Okay, so we've punched fear in the face. What's next? Let's actually walk through the process, step by step. This is your 7-step blueprint to get it done. So here it is, the whole process, from start to finish. We're going to dive into a few of these, but just look at it for a second. It's just a series of logical steps, right? This isn't some kind of mysterious, creative magic. It's a manageable process that, honestly, anyone can follow. So let's kick things off with planning. Now, when you hear the word storyboard, you probably picture some amazing artist at Pixar, right? But it doesn't have to be like that at all. It can literally be stick figures. The only goal here is to make yourself think visually right from the beginning. What are people going to see while they're hearing your voice? Answering that one question saves you so many headaches down the road.
And it's the same deal with scripting. A simple 2-column script is, I'm telling you, a game changer for getting things done efficiently. On one side, you write what you're going to say. On the other, you write down what people are going to see on screen. This lines everything up perfectly and makes sure your words and your pictures are working together. It saves you from recording a bunch of audio that has nothing to match it.
And then we get to editing, another thing that really intimidates people. But listen, forget about all the fancy special effects and complicated transitions. At its most basic level, editing is just cleaning up your recording. It's trimming the little bit at the beginning and the end, cutting out that part where your dog barked, or removing those really long, awkward pauses. You're not trying to become a professional editor. You're just trying to make it clear and easy for someone to follow along.
All right, so you've planned it, you've recorded it, you've polished it up. Now comes the best part, actually sharing it with people.
And where you put it? Well, that totally depends on your audience. You could put it on a huge platform like YouTube to reach tons of new people, or keep it a little more professional on a site like Vimeo. Or you could just host it directly on your own company website for your customers or your team. The choice is all about who needs to see it.
So let's just wrap this all up. The real secret to making a great instructional video isn't about the camera you use, and it's not about getting a perfect one-take wonder. It really just comes down to having a good plan, and then having the courage to actually see it through.
So, we've established that perfection is the enemy of done, and we know for a fact your first video is going to be your worst one, which leaves us with just one real question. When are you going to get that worst video out of the way?